The latest Path of Titans update is here, and with that comes a glimpse into the future, which was provided with the Lambio TLC dev blog community update. So let's go ahead and dive into it, and let's talk about what you can expect in the future, the near future, for Path of Titans. The Struthiomimus TLC was the first thing that was mentioned when the developers spoke about what is there to come in the future of the game, and if you want to check out an updated video, an overview of everything we know so far, I recommend this one that I made earlier this or last week. That being said, the developers gave us a lot of confidence in the rework by saying that the remodel and animation improvements are wrapping up. Alongside this, they are working on its new abilities to improve and expand upon Struthiomimus' playstyle and how it can interact and help its group members. They did also showcase some clips that were on the social medias, showing the before and after of the model, the new running animation, and some new skin rework. Of course, I want to skirt back to this second point, mentioning specifically the last point, saying that they want to expand upon Struthio's playstyle and how it can interact and help its group members. This, to me, is very important because Struthio's only current way to help other people in its group is with the hustle ability, and so the fact that developers say they want to help focus and expand upon how it can help its group members indicates to us that they're going to be expanding on that group helping capability. So it's not just the hustle ability, that there'll be more as well coming with it. So we could probably see an expansion of its group-based abilities, maybe calls or stuff like that, but maybe it will fall in line more like that of Lambiosaurus TLC, but focusing on speed, stamina, and perhaps food as well. But while the Struthiomimus is a big feature that's upcoming to the game, arguably the next thing to me is probably an even bigger feature. We've known about game modes for a while, and I personally think that this will revolutionize the game, and if you want to check out why, I made this video talking about why it will. That being said, the developers spoke on the fact that game modes are their next big focus. They're aiming on finishing and releasing their game modes. This is something that they have already been testing comprehensively, and they mentioned that they've been testing this a lot in the dev blog. If you look at the public test branch and the tests lately, they do this a lot pretty often. It used to be almost every day at one point. That being said, they basically said there's only a few minor adjustments to make before these are ready for everybody to play. They also mentioned that they have ensured that this is compatible with mods, which is definitely true because they were testing this on the public test branch the other day on a community server which had the Stoneclaw Highlands map and modded creatures on as well. Literally, what you can do here, you can set up your own team deathmatch event with any map. You can use deathmatch capture points, team spawns, and more on this as well. This means you can literally have any modded creature on any modded map or map in general. You can have even a large scale war on the Pandora map. You could set up like spawn points anywhere on the map. You can set up capture zones anywhere on the map, and you can literally have it back and forth like those big scale war games that are on a massive map. You could literally do that, and it's going to be quite simple for you to do it as well. For example, the developers mentioned that with the King of the Hill mode, they tested it on the Stoneclaw Highland map, where they set it up by being able to place down spawn points and capture points, and then let people spawn there and capture those points and play with modded dinosaurs. So creator mode will help you there as well if you want to construct your own game mode, place down whatever spawn points wherever you want. And that's pretty cool. I like the customizability of the game modes where you can pretty much do whatever you want, ushering in a new way to play the game that you can construct upon. And just further better, you can use the creator mode to make mini arenas inside those battle arena maps, or whatever you want to do. You can place capture points wherever, spawn points wherever for the teams. It's very customizable. The expansion of servers is coming in the future of the game as well. From the recent update where the developers drastically improved upon the performance of the servers. For example, when I was streaming on Saturday, I noticed that my server had 100 plus players. Now that's quite normal, especially when I'm streaming, but normally it would have about 15 to 20 tick rate, which is really, really low, and it causes a lot of rubber banding and lag issues. That being said, the tick rate was 59 out of 60, which is really, really good, and that is a massive improvement overall. The developers are not stopping there, however. They mentioned because they want to expand the amount of people they can host on a server as well. They were able to do some optimization testing of 200 player servers. They got 200 players onto a server which saw 25 out of 60 tick rate, 25 ms, which essentially is really good, especially when on official servers in the past they'd have 15 ms with 80 players. So of course 25 ms is better than what they'd have on a full server before, and I think that's really, really important to note. This allowed a 200 player server to pretty much perfectly be playable, and this is something they aren't done with either. They're not done with the optimization for these 200 player on massive servers, because they plan to expand the server size so you can have 200 players on a server, but they want to ensure that they can get the most out of the optimizations before they bring that to us all. So you may be thinking, why is this coming to the game? Why are they doing this? Why 200 players so soon? Well, it's actually fundamentally important for something else. The developers said that part of the reason why they are preparing these 200 player servers is for the preparation of AI dinosaurs and creatures to come to the game, and they require these juicy 200 player servers. And I'll tell you why, because this is why they require them. There's server controls and manages these AI creatures, so this requires additional server usage. While you could have 200 players on a server at a time, that would mean for little room for AI creatures, and it would inevitably dampen the performance of a server. Essentially, they want to ensure the population and AI population is healthy. So you'd have a split like 125 players, 75 AI, or 150 players, 50 AI. Stuff like that. It's a better fit for it. The developers went on to say this is in early development, but they will keep us in the loop in the future. With the latest patch, the developers brought in a new game engine update, Unreal Engine 5.3, and that ushered in a lot of new graphical improvements and better game performance. However, that game performance was worse on some devices, namely PlayStation and Xbox. However, there was definitely some instability there, and the developers say they want to fix this. This is something they're aiming to address in the future for the game. They do know that these devices are hitting low frame rates when near a lot of people specifically, and that's still a major problem for the game. So what are they doing to fix this? They're gonna optimize dinosaurs by optimizing animations and optimizing characters, especially when there's large groups, over 15 to 20 people in an area in your render distance or view distance. The issue they explained comes mainly from the way the animation system works, which will always play the fully detailed animations on every character at once, no matter how far away they are from you. What they are going to change and how they're going to make this better is they're going to prioritize the dinosaurs that are closer to you, so the ones that are nearer will play those fully proper animations, the fully nice ones. The further away they go, they'll have less priority for them, so they'll play more optimized animations, which are less in the quality, for example. This essentially means that it's not using as much energy or consuming that much power to render all of these dinosaurs, doing the high quality animations. As they go further away, they'll get more optimized and be less, perfect in a sense. This will help with your device's capabilities, and I think this is a massive step in my eyes, especially when they're going to expand to 200 player servers, because this fully acknowledges the fact that the developers know that lower end devices and other devices are going to slowly be phased out with performance improvements as the game grows. People are not going to be able to play the game as it was 5 years ago now on a PlayStation. I mean, the game wasn't in much of a state 5 years ago, but you get the point there. Maybe 4 years ago, but still, when the console launch happened a year or so ago compared to now, the game's made leaps and bounds in progress, and obviously those devices perform a bit worse off now. The developers know this, and it's good that they're aiming to fix this problem, because they still see that those lower end devices, you guys on mobile or like PlayStation 4s, Xbox Ones, are still a big part of the player base, and they don't want to give up on you guys anytime soon. and that I think is very important. And there we have it, everybody. Let me know your thoughts about this stuff in the comments down below. What do you think about the latest news regarding Path of Titans and the future of the game? I'd love to know what you think. If you want to check out another video, I recommend this one, where I talked about why I think game modes will revolutionize the game. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one.